Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through with the cards that do come out. We've got the Eight of Cups. It is in the reverse, but we have some water sign energy with this. You could be dealing with another Cancer or a Pisces or even a Scorpio. We have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. And we have the Hierophant. And with the Hierophant, we have some Taurus energy. You could also be dealing with a Taurus. But at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups show up over here at the bottom of the deck. This does feel like a pretty romantic energy. I also feel like there is a sense of actually having a harmonious kind of a, being in a harmonious place, having a harmonious situation with somebody. And I do feel like with this Knight of Cups showing up over here, it feels like this person coming towards you and kind of offering that to you. I do feel like with the Eight of Cups showing up over here in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience kind of somebody wanting to be able to come back to a situation. This may feel like something being also brought up that does feel like it's from the past. But I do feel like with the Eight of Cups, this feels like a return of somebody who may have left. I do feel like there's a sense of this person being in a space where they are wanting to be able to come back because there's a realization that they may be going through. And I do feel like with the Eight of Cups showing up over here, this feels like a sense of actually coming back with reflection. It does feel like kind of coming back with substance. I do feel like with this Eight of Cups showing up in the reverse, this also feels like a sense of this person being in a space where they are ready to acknowledge something that they may have been avoiding in the past. So I do feel like also being in a space where they're open to also acknowledging the feelings and even the situation and even the way that things may have gone down in the past. With the Eight of Cups showing up in the reverse, it feels like a desire to be able to kind of clear the air, make amends. Even with the Seven of Wands in the reverse, this feels like an energy of wanting to be able to kind of be able to get to a space where there may be tension, but there's a desire to kind of break that tension and be able to clear the air. I do feel like with the Seven of Wands in the reverse, this does feel like a sense of somebody who's kind of in a space where it's like they are being a little bit self-protective. I do feel like it's hard to get close to this person. This person may even be perceiving you as being someone who's difficult to be able to get close to at this time. But I do feel like their intention is to get closer to you. But with the Seven of Wands in the reverse, this does feel like a sense of actually kind of being sensitive to that energy from this person at this time. It may feel like you're being guarded to this person. And I do feel like this may take time for this person to be able to actually prove to you that you're going to be able to kind of let them in and give them that opportunity to be able to kind of express to you what they want to be able to get across to you. But with the Hierophant card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of someone who's in a space where they're desiring to be able to, I do feel like it's like they're learning from their past mistakes. So I do feel like there's a desire to kind of make something that does feel like their mistakes being made right, or even clearing the air. And with the Hierophant card showing up over here, this also feels like a pretty committed energy. It feels like a desire to be able to kind of have a commitment. So I do feel like this person's mind being there. And even with the Knight of Cups, it feels like they are focused on being able to build something real, something meaningful. And I do feel like on an emotional level, even in a romantic connection kind of a way with you. So I am going to clarify these cards. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of a desire to be able to have communication. I do feel like somebody wanting to be able to kind of communicate with you, to reach out to you. I do feel like with this Page of Swords, showing up over here. This even feels like a bit of a very curious and very interested energy. I do feel like this person being in a space where they want to find out more about you at this time, and even kind of being in a space where they are trying to find out from people outside of your connections. So this does feel like a sense of this person kind of doing the investigative work. This could even be them kind of stalking a little bit to be able to find out where your mind's at and what you're up to. But this Page of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of this person kind of wanting to be able to, do feel like they want to reach out, they want to communicate with you, there's something they want to be able to share with you. Do feel like there's somewhat of an offer with this Knight of Cups as well. But this Page of Swords, this does feel like an energy of this person kind of being able to do that through incremental steps towards that. So it feels like I do feel like when it comes to being able to actually to get to that space where it's like they're making this full-on offer to your expression, feels like they are taking a reserved approach. So it does feel like they're doing it very subtly, but they are working their way up to being able to kind of make this offer and even kind of a confession. And I do feel like being able to reach out to you with an expression of something that this person wants to be able to get across to you. I do feel like they want to be able to make something right with the Seven of Wands, as far as even being able to kind of to be able to clear the air and be able to kind of get over something that may have felt like it was actually a hindrance to the building of your connections. Like they want to be able to get over that, be able to get back to the space that does feel like there is a sense of actually being in a space of building the connection. So with the Seven of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of someone who's ready to put in the effort. But I definitely feel like as far as the effect you have on this person cares about you very deeply. I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles showing up over here, this feels like an energy of somebody who, when it comes to your connection, this person sees you ending up together. I do feel like there is a desire to be able to get there. I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, it may feel like it is something that actually feels like it's progressing quite slowly. But with the Seven of Pentacles, there is a sense of actually being invested in this connection for this person. They are concerned with being able to actually experience the growth, the expansion in this connection and all of that with you. And do you feel like with this Page of Pentacles showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being able to actually kind of be in a space where when it comes to being able to actually kind of restart or have a fresh start in this connection, feels like actually being back at a space where it's like you're connecting from a level where it's like you're getting to know this person. Do you feel like on a more deeper level, or even with more information from being able to actually have the previous insight on this person? With the Page of Pentacles showing up over here, it feels like the building of a foundation, or really being in a space where it's like there is that desire and even that will to build a foundation in this connection that's not going to be rocky, but it's going to be something solid. Do you feel like with the Page of Pentacles, this also feels like a pretty determined and even a pretty diligent energy when it comes to putting in effort to making something work? With the Page of Pentacles showing up over here, you could be dealing with somebody who, this person there may be an age difference, or there may be a sense of actually kind of being in a space where this person is trying to be able to figure out how to actually approach the situation. Do you feel like this person kind of doing it's like they're very willing to show up in that way that is going to allow for being able to kind of make amends in this connection as well. With that Eight of Pentacles, this feels like an energy of actually trying to make things work. And I do feel like even with this Eight of Pentacles, this feels like an energy of actually, when it comes to trying to make things work, this also feels like it is a mutual effort that's being put into making things work. So you may be actually trying to come around with this person or meeting this person halfway in that pursuit. So, well, with this Eight of Pentacles, I do feel like this person is like they're in a space where they mean what they say. And I do feel like when it comes to their actions, also being able to back up their words, that's present as well. So I am going to clarify these cards. We've got very soon. We have the heart-to-heart conversations. And we have the soulmate card. So with the very soon card showing up over here, this feels like it's something that's going to happen quite soon. I do feel like a past energy returning, or even a past person kind of returning. It feels like it's happening quite soon. It is something that also feels like it is something that, not that you have been waiting for, but this does feel like an energy of being able to have, when it comes to this person kind of coming back around, it's almost like you're anticipating it. I do feel like with this very soon card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of actually being able to have something happening quite soon, but there is a sense of actually being able to have something that you're in expectance of. I do feel like with the heart-to-heart conversations catching up over here, it does feel like a desire to be able to communicate from a very truthful and genuine and open space. And I do feel like kind of being able to have that with this person, with this Page of Swords. This person wants to be able to talk to you. They want to be able to kind of reach out. And I do feel like with this Knight of Cups, they're coming towards you. This does feel like an energy of them actually doing that. And the conversation also, I do feel like with the heart-to-heart conversations, this feels like a sense of connection within that's derived from the communication. I do feel like a communication going quite well as well. There could be a making amends with the Seven of Wands showing up in the reverse, and you do feel like it does feel like it's also something that's leading to a deepening of your bond. But with the soulmate card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of, when it comes to the way this person feels about you, I do feel like your connection is one that does feel like a soulmate-like one. I do feel like there's a sense or a desire to be able to also kind of lock it down with this Hierophant card showing up over here. Do you feel like also there's a sense of actually being in a space where there's something intriguing about you? I do feel like when it comes to your connection and even the way it's making this person feel, it is something that has this person's attention. It's very intriguing to them. So I feel like when it comes to the way they feel about your connection, there's a sense that this connection is one that's significant, because with the soulmate card showing up over here, I do feel like it is a significant connection that you have over here. Do you feel like this person not allowing for this connection? There's a desire to not allow for this connection to get away from them. They don't want to let you slip by. As far as getting away from them, they don't want to lose this opportunity. This is what I mean. Okay, so those are the those are the words I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.